All right, so today we're diving into a massive shift that's already underway, the intelligent economy. And look, this isn't just some new tech buzzword. It's a total rewiring of how we work, how we create, really how we live. So let's get right to it and figure out what this all means for us.
Okay, let's just cut to the chase and ask the question that's on pretty much everyone's mind. You see these AI tools that can write, code, design, and you can't help but wonder, right? Is my job next on the chopping block?
Well, the predictions coming out, they are not subtle. Some experts are throwing around some pretty stark numbers. Numbers like this one, 50%. But 50% of what? What are we talking about here?
So here's the context for that number. And this isn't some vague guess. We're talking about the CEO of Anthropic, a major AI company, saying that 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs could just disappear. And get this, in the next 1 to 5 years. I mean, that's an incredibly fast timeline. Okay, so that brings us straight to our first big topic, AI and job disruption. Because this isn't some sci-fi movie scenario happening in the distant future. The tech is here, right now, and it is seriously capable.
I mean, just think about what these AI models can already do. We're not talking about asking it for the weather. This is AI passing the bar exam, drafting actual legal contracts, writing software code that works. Companies are already looking at this to replace entire call centers, to handle tasks we used to outsource. This is completely changing the game for what we've always thought of as human work.
So, what's actually driving all this change? What's the engine behind this massive disruption? Well, it's this shift into what people are calling the new intelligent economy. And it really is a whole new way of thinking about things.
The key thing to get about the intelligent economy is that it's not just about AI. That's a huge part of it, for sure. But the real magic is how it all works together. It's the seamless integration of all this tech. Think of it like this. AI is the brain, 5G Plus is the lightning-fast nervous system, and the Internet of Things, all those connected devices, they're the senses. And it's all working together all at once.
And this is a huge jump from the digital world we're all used to. In the old digital economy, we kind of use tech in separate little boxes, right? And the main goal was usually just to cut costs. But now, in the intelligent economy, the whole point changes. AI isn't just a tool, it's becoming a creative partner. Seriously, imagine an AI just spitting out thousands of new clothing designs. The focus isn't just on replacing human work, it's about making our work way more valuable.
Okay, but there's a catch, and it's a big one, a very physical one. This whole new economy runs on one critical resource, energy. A massive amount of it. Powering these huge data centers that are the brains behind AI takes an incredible amount of juice. So the growth of this entire thing, it's tied directly to our electric grid. No power, no AI revolution.
But look, this isn't all doom and gloom about losing jobs. That's not the whole story. Because as some of those old tasks get automated, a completely new type of work is popping up. And it's work that's absolutely critical to making these AI systems, well, work at all.
This new category of jobs is being called meta work. And the idea is pretty simple. AI can't just run on its own. It's not magic. It needs us. It needs to be fed good data, it needs to be pointed in the right direction, and someone has to be there to call it out when it messes up. And all of that takes human judgment, human context, stuff AI just doesn't have.
And we're not just talking theory here. We're actually seeing these new jobs pop up. Roles like model shepherds, people whose whole job is to find and clean up the best data to train the AI. Or prompt pack designers, who are basically experts at telling the AI exactly what to do to get amazing results. These are the people who are going to work with AI, not be replaced by it.
So what you're seeing is this really fundamental shift. We're moving away from routine tasks like data entry. That kind of work is losing its value fast. And we're moving towards higher-level stuff, like analyzing that data and making smart decisions based on it. Basically, we let the machines do the boring grunt work, which frees us humans up to do the actual thinking.
And all of this brings us to a really important point. The future here isn't set in stone. It's not like the technology is just going to decide what happens to us. We're standing at a fork in the road, right now. And the path we end up on, that's going to be decided by the choices we make today.
So what are the options? Well, one path could lead to what's being called an oligarchic boom. That's a future where all the wealth created by AI gets funneled to just a handful of people, leading to massive inequality. But there's another path, the shared upswing. And that's a future where the benefits are spread around, lifting everybody up and creating prosperity for all of us. So,
The big question is, how do we make sure we go down that better path? Well, the answer isn't going to be found in the tech. It comes down to smart policy and good management. We can't just sit back and see what happens. We have to be proactive about this.
Okay, so let's talk about a real concrete idea. And it starts with this number right here. It might look small, but it can have a massive impact, just 0.5%.
So here's the proposal. A tiny 0.5% tax on the massive computing power that AI companies use. It's called a compute excise tax. And what would we do with that money? Well, we could use it to fund lifelong learning accounts for every single worker, giving people the money they need to retrain and adapt as jobs change.
And remember that huge energy problem we talked about? Well, there's a smart policy idea for that too. It's called an Energy Capacity Pact. And the rule is actually super simple. You want to build a new giant power-sucking data center? Great. But you also have to build an equal amount of new clean energy to power it. It's a one-for-one deal that makes sure this growth is sustainable. When you boil it all down, the future here isn't going to be written by an algorithm. Whether this whole thing leads to a better world for everyone or just a few, that's totally up to us. It really comes back to this one simple truth. This is a management and policy challenge, not a technological one. It's a test of our leadership.
So here's where we are. The tools to build a really prosperous AI future, they exist. We have the ideas, we know how to fund reskilling for workers, we know how to tackle the energy problem, the technology is ready to go. The only question left is a human one. Will we use them?